Welcome to 2 plus 0 dash cooking, and we are making sticky ribs today. If you've never made sticky ribs before, then stick around. Hello, my name is Beef, and if this is your first time here, thank you for stopping by. I make small, tasty recipes for me and my plus one out of our tiny apartment kitchen. Our recipes are small, easy on the budget, and easily scalable for more servings. So let's make these sticky ribs. What I'm going to actually do is I'm going to brine pork ribs for 1 to 2 days. But if you don't want to brine your ribs, then you can just go ahead and fast forward past the brining process and get on with the cooking. The thing that I hear most about sticky ribs is they're always good the second day. I kind of get that same effect with the brining. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill this up with cold water up to the top of the ribs. That way I know how much brine I'm going to actually put in the jar. And what I have is 1 1/2 cup. So we're going to go ahead and start with this brine. I'm going to use star anise as well as peppercorns. So we're going to actually have to heat up this mixture. And I'm going to start off by putting a tablespoon of sugar. I'm going to put some star anise in there. And out of that spur, I'm just going to grab like 2. That should be enough. I'm going to take some peppercorns, a little under a teaspoon. Put a tablespoon of soy sauce. This is just regular soy sauce. And then I'm going to put a tablespoon of vinegar. Just regular white vinegar. Oop, maybe a little bit more than that. Let's mix that in there a little bit. Let's take a little taste. Even though it was just a little bit vinegar, it's slightly on the sour side. So I'm going to put another tablespoon of sugar in there. And we're going to fill the rest up with water. I'm going to go ahead and warm this up. I'm going to put it on high for about 2 minutes. So I just took this out of the microwave. I ran it for about 3 minutes. And I'm just going to stir to make sure all that sugar and all those spices are mixing all together. I took this larger bowl and I have ice cold water in it with a block of ice, 58 degrees. That's good. So now we're just going to go ahead and pour this brine. I went ahead and labeled the jar, and I'm going to leave this in the fridge probably maybe either 12 hours or 24. Welcome back. And I went ahead and took the ribs. It's been like, well, maybe it's going on 4 to 8 hours. I took them out, drained them on a rack, and cut them with a pair of scissors into smaller bite-sized pieces. The last time I made this, I actually deep fried the ribs and then placed them into the sauce. This time I'm going to do it differently. I'm going to actually braise them in the superwave oven. I will go ahead and give them a quick fry on the stove just so they get a little crust on the outside. And then I'll go ahead and finish them off in the superwave. We'll have to create the sauce that the ribs will go into immediately after they come out of the superwave oven. So let's get going. I'm going to go ahead and we're going to go to the stove so we can go ahead and brown these up. So the stove is at about 194. I'm just going to add some used chicken oil in here that I filtered previously. Then I'm going to add some bacon fat, just to add that flavor in there, because it is pork. So that's about a half a teaspoon, or maybe a level teaspoon. Okay, that's getting hot really fast. 4:39 now. Give them a nice browning. So for those of you that've never been here before, it's nice that I tinfoiled everything for today because cold meat in hot oil, a lot of splatter. I'm even getting splattered. But in general, I clean this kitchen so often that I was rubbing the paint off the dials on the stove, and we don't have a backsplash, so I was actually rubbing paint off the walls, trying to clean the walls. So, I just decided to tinfoil everything up. And if it gets really bad, I just tear it all down, just put new tin foil up. I'm going to cook it at a temperature of about 400, especially since the Superwave has an infrared element on it. I'll probably cook it for 10 minutes on one side, flip them over, and then cook them another 10 minutes on the other side. I seriously don't think these ribs are going to last 10 minutes cooking in the Superwave. They are crisping up, and I am going to have to flip them over. And it's only been 5 minutes. You can tell when the ribs are really cooked, especially since I cut them up like this, when you can actually see juices boiling out of the bone marrow. That means it's hot. I mean, it's cooking. I'm just going to let the Superwave continue cooking it with its ambient heat, and then that way we can go ahead and start getting the sauce, because I'd like to get these into the sauce while they're hot. I actually took one piece of the ribs and tasted it. You know, it didn't need any more citrus or anything in it. And then this one was more sweet. With that in mind, I'm going to go ahead and make the sauce. I'm going to deglaze it with a little white wine, probably about a quarter of a cup. The last time I made this, I didn't use wine because I deep fried it. So this is going to be new for me as well. And it's steaming up, so we're going to go ahead. I'm going to grab another pan here. Get this garlic. Peanuts cooking. I want the garlic cooked. I want it crunchy. So that was about a tablespoon. It was 2 cloves of garlic. Came out to about a tablespoon after I chopped it up. And then this is about 2 tablespoons or a tablespoon and a half of Planters peanuts. And they're starting to get that nice brown color. Okay, we're going to take you off this heat. Let's get this saucepan back up on here. Okay, the wine is fully deglazing the pan. I'm going to add the ginger. I'll probably just put a slice in. You know it's pickled. I'm going to put like 6 pieces in. It's not like raw ginger. So I tasted the ribs and I could barely taste any star anise in it. So it didn't hurt me like I thought it would. So I'm putting like 4-5 pieces. This is what's left of a star. Next, I'm going to add about a half a teaspoon of sesame oil. So we already have nuts going on in there. So 1.5 teaspoons of low sodium soy. I'm going to add some hoisin, and I'm going to put about 2 of these, 2 teaspoons in. I'm going to go ahead and put a teaspoon of vinegar. You know, actually I'm going to put 2 teaspoons. Add 2 teaspoons of honey. And I can smell all those ingredients starting to cook up good. I'm going to go ahead and add the ribs to it. Oh, totally forgot about the garlic and peanuts. Let's put that in there. I probably could have added this easily at the end. And even though those ribs are warm, I want to toast them up a little bit more on the outside. Oh yeah, that's looking really good. Look at that. That's really nice. Now if you plan on serving it as like an appetizer, yeah, you definitely want to cut it into smaller pieces. Yeah, now I've got them nice and coated. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to leave them in here at low temp. It's probably shooting at like a 2. That sauce is going to tenderize the meat even further. So I'll see you guys back at the counter. Probably be half hour, an hour. I was going to go ahead and plate it, show you guys, and then we were going to have a meal out of it. And then my +1 said she's not hungry. And then after about 45 minutes to an hour, I asked her, are you ready yet? And she goes, no, what else are you cooking? And I go, why? And she goes, I looked in the fridge and I know you're making fried chicken. I'm actually waiting for the fried chicken. I was going, good God, why didn't you just tell me you were waiting for the fried chicken? Why make me go through this with the ribs? And she goes, we could always eat it later. Well, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and plate it up now. It was ready like 3 hours ago. So this is our plate. And I'm gonna, I've been biting, I'll have to be honest with you, I've been biting into it like every hour just to see where it's at. The flavor of the pork comes through, the hoisin comes through, the ginger, the peanuts, the sesame oil, everything comes through really well. You guys really need to try this. So, check you guys out later. I know what she's waiting for. She wants me to make the fried chicken that she saw in the fridge, and she saw me cooling it out. So, adios amigos. Check you guys out next time. Have a nice, safe weekend. Thank you so much for watching this video on making sticky ribs. If you like this video, then please like us below. There are also links on the screen for other 2+0- cooking recipes. Remember to subscribe and you'll be notified of new videos every week. As always, I have a summary of this recipe below in the description. And also please visit our website, 2+0-cooking.com. If you have any comments or ideas, then please post them below. We love hearing from our viewers and answering their questions. We also invite our viewers to share their ideas or recipes with each other in the comments section. Thank you for watching, looking forward to hearing from you, and see you soon. Beef out. As always, just because I'm done cooking after this recipe doesn't mean our kitchen is closed. The following are images for a future meal for me and my +1. Enjoy.